You need more extreme metal music in your library, and you need it right now, don't you? Good. In the next few minutes, I will hook you up with some brand new tunes because I too love metal music. So, welcome back, friends, for episode 13. Happy Monday, January 15th, 2024. Terry here again with Cast Metal and another full metal review segment where I take my coffee with me and I connect bands with fans just like you. And I review extreme metal albums, give you detailed analysis, and when it's over, I decide whether or not they go into my library. So I designed full metal reviews with one question in mind, and it is, where can I get more metal music? Okay, that's like the number one question that I see in every group everywhere. So every day from my Apple Music app, I dig through the metal section to review and try out new releases and stuff that I can add to my own library. Then I review it, I make a video, and I send it off to you guys so you guys can see it too. I want to share, right? So, also too, a bonus today with our review is stick around, and not only will I give you a really good review today, I got a great album, by the way, coming up, but I will dig through my little treasure chest and I'll dig out something to share with you as well, something nice and extreme and heavy. So here we go. All right, so if you like the type of music that is listed right next to me here, death metal, black metal, and so on, you are in the right spot, okay? So let's start the review show, full metal reviews. Okay, so recap from yesterday. We had Inculter and we had Extortionist Devoid, and both of them were added to my library. Inculter, they were more of like a traditional thrash metal. Extortionist, they were one of the absolute heaviest, mightiest deathcore type bands I had ever heard in my life. And yeah, they went in, they were super punchy, beautiful music all the way through. So what is next here? I am going to review a new band. Just came out January 12th, 2024. And it is from a group called Domination Campaign out of Australia. They only have 2 albums out, so I guess that they're a newer band. And the name of the album is called A Storm of Steel. And looking at the album itself, I would say that it's going to be an absolute banger, right? So first off, every Sunday from the metal category on Apple Music, I catalog all of the newest albums of the week onto a database, and I post that list onto my Metal Magazine Facebook page, which you can follow the links to check out a little wee bit later on, okay? So the intent is to eventually review 3 albums a day, but I'm at 1 right now because I'm still ironing out bugs, so I'm in a 30-day, what I call a beta mode. That's what I'm doing, because I'm just only starting and I'm getting good at this. So moving right along very quickly, the rules: 1, all albums that I review is without a preview. Okay, I just pick them. I avoid live or single albums. 2, I keep my reviews short and positive. And 3, not everything I listen to is to my taste, nor will make it into my library, okay? However, I will not knowingly try to badmouth any band or talent because, quite frankly, I've never learned how to play a guitar, never learned how to sing. I'm simply a fan just like you, and I work night shift, so there we go. All right, next up, before listening to the album, I did an overview check, a first impressions check, and I explained the entire process. So just a note, whatever the outcome of this review, guys, please remember that these artists, all of them, are worthy of you giving them a little bit of a chance, and try them out for yourself afterwards, okay? So in the unveiling overview, as I opened the page on Apple Music, I saw that there were 8 very beastly looking tracks that spell explosive all over it. And if the album cover matches the band name, I think that I'm going to be in for something really good today. So my first impression and predictions is before I played the album, I try to visualize the outcome and I try to keep it positive. But in this case, I think that I'm in for something in the deathcore or death metal range, which may be, or which may include an element of tech death in there. We shall soon find out. That's my prediction. I compare my vision to the review results afterwards. And although Apple Music gives a description of the genre before I actually open the page, they usually, well, they're often rather not really on point or anything like that. So I use my own intuition to give me an idea of what I'm about to listen to. So the process. So I created a 4-part checklist, okay, that includes a 10-track review page, a 9-category complete album description, an individual performance review page for each artist and their instruments, and finally a summary page review to wrap things up, okay? So let's get going here. We have the individual track descriptions, okay? They're a breakdown of each track, and I use numbers only. I don't pronounce the tracks because I might make mistakes. I don't like that, especially with European tracks, how they're pronounced and so on and so forth. So track number 1, I describe as pounding, intense, and rhythmic. Track number 2 is just power, power, and more power all the way through. Track number 3 is just chugging, rhythmic, and strong. Track number 4, it's adrenalized, throbbing, and deep. And this one here is actually my favorite track. It was, it sent electricity through me. It was really good. Number 4. Track number 5, mysterious, then very bright and striking. Track number 6, hypnotic, rhythmic, and with really great guitar hooks. Track number 7, crunchy yet melodic and stabbing guitar work. Track number 8 was just thunderous, slashing, and rangy. Okay, it was all over the place. Very brief summary. It's in there with the Amon Amarth style. A little wee bit, okay? But all of these bands, again, are very unique to each other, but they just kind of reminded me of Amon Amarth a little wee bit, okay? And it's great stuff for the road trip. Just be careful when you're listening that you don't speed, okay? All right. So the recording and sound quality was good, full and clear. It had every range all the way in there, nice and crispy clear. The production and musicality it sounded raw, but I suspect very well produced. Okay, these guys probably have the right friends in the right places. The energy and intensity of this album was just right there. You know what I mean? And rhythm and tempo was excellent. Excellent placement of rhythms. The lyrical theme, all of the title tracks, they kind of spell that doom theme that a lot of us really enjoy. Genre critique, Apple categorizes this as death or black metal, and I think it's death metal. Okay, I will have to omit deathcore out of there. All right, so potentially, could they go mainstream? I don't think that's where they're headed, but possibly because the talent is there. Okay, the range and the flow and layout of the entire album is consistent, and it's got a great opening and a great closing track, and it will leave a good impression for you. Definitely, these guys know what they're doing. And who are they similar to? I have here that they are indeed unique for sure, but I would say that there's a little pinch of Cannibal Corpse sound with the Amon Amarth sprinkled in there. So if you're into that, I think that you guys are going to like Domination Campaign and their brand new album. So the singing and the vocalizations were intense, but not deathcore growling intense. It was totally different. Guitars, these guys know rhythm and harmony with excellent range. The bass guitar was just locomotive crunchy and really stands out. There's a lot of bass and you can hear it. The drums and percussion, the drummer has excellent use all the way around his drum kit, use of toms and awesome snappy sounds. The additional sounds, it's, hey guys, it's just all guitars and drums. It is really nice and simple. Okay. And in summary, was my prediction accurate? It was kind of sort of accurate, but I had to get rid of the whole deathcore thing. They're definitely a really good high-end death metal band. My favorite tracks were one, number 4 felt like I was tased, like somebody had hit me with a bolt of electricity. So 1, 4, and 8 were my favorite. The first, the middle, and the eighth song. Flavors? Well, if I had to compare it to my favorite food, it would be burgers and fries, because who doesn't like burgers and fries? It had all of the toppings all in between the bun there. So the tonality shades, was it light or dark? It was on the darker side of things, okay? So the colors, I'm going to use yellow because it makes me want more. Apparently yellow is the color McDonald's uses to make you hungry. So I'm going to go with yellow today. Temperature, hot or cold, this band is definitely super hot. Hide it from my wife factor, well, I'm going to at least mention that I had a good review today and I got to try out this really cool new band from Australia. Is it going into my collection? Of course it is. This stuff was really, really good. Tremendous rhythms. I am a big rhythm person. Rhythm to me represents moving forward, okay? Because time only moves in one direction. It only moves forward, okay? So why not enjoy it? And Domination Campaign made a great amount of waves and it gives me a good ride. So Storm of Steel, Domination Campaign. Okay, so that's it for another episode of Full Metal Reviews. Oh, and wait a sec, you want your bonus recommendation, don't you? Well, I'll tell you what, as promised, it's time to dig into my treasure chest and recommend an album just for you. A little extra thank you for coming and hanging out with me today. So let's have a look-see here and see what we got. All right, how about some Crown Magnetar? Everything Bleeds. That was a great album. That's a absolute smashing album. Yeah, Crown Magnetar, Everything Bleeds sounds about right, okay? So that's it for today, my friends. And remember, please, to support your bands, okay? Stream them often, buy the merch, go see them live, engage with them on social media, okay? And finally, guys, that subscribe button won't hit itself, okay? So please subscribe, engage, follow the links, and set up notifications so you can get your new album recommendation first, okay? Get there first. All right, so sign up and get notifications. All right, so guys, have a good night. If you're on the night shift, like me, take care, okay? And we will see you tomorrow with another awesome recommendation, okay? Terry from Cast Metal, signing off.